this is going to be a middle February reading for Aquarius. What we have seen from this reading is a situation that once was stable and abundant, but that at some point saw one of the two walk away from it. In this reading, we will be able to see why that happened and how the person that walked away is feeling right now. The information that I'm going to give you before the reading starts can actually be really important to understand and interpret these messages in the best way possible. It's almost like learning the alphabet before being able to understand a language, before being able to understand what the other person is trying to tell you. Now, this could be something that you've heard before, something you're not interested into. Just go back to the intro. At the top right corner, you have the exact minute when this reading starts. So as far as these informations go, what I wanted to tell you is talking about what type of reading this is. This is a general reading. It won't be able to resonate with every single person out there, but make sure to focus on the single messages, because there might be information there that can be really helpful for you at this moment in time. If it resonates, make sure to share, subscribe, like. It's gonna help the channel grow. And if it doesn't resonate, what you can do is checking out the readings for your moon, rising, and Venus sign. Often there are a lot of good messages there as well. Time is crucial in these readings, because people think that if the message comes today and the reading is for February, for a specific month, then everything that they hear is going to happen in that month. Instead, that's not the case. You can be looking at something that has already happened in the past, or that it will happen in the future. But regardless, hearing this message today might change the way you're going to act towards a situation. And that's going to be key for you to get where you want to be. Also, the energies that I pick up on can go both ways. In order to make sense of a reading, I have to pick one person and assign that message to one person. But in your case, that specific energy could be instead coming from the other person in the situation. Feel free to interpret all of this as it best resonates with you. Let's start with your reading, Aquarius. As usual, I want to look into your current energy, what you're going through, what brings you to this reading today. What we see here is a situation that really felt stable. It really felt as though you had a solid foundation underneath your feet, and you really had the idea in your mind which saw you just being able to build a castle on top of this foundation, build anything that you wanted. You felt safe, you felt abundant, you felt protected. And overall, you've seen around you a lot of results that definitely came after a lot of hard work from you. This is not something that it's easy to achieve with the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. You know, it takes time. It takes someone who's consistent, who is willing to maybe sacrifice certain things in order to see this beautiful result that we see here, not only with the 8 of Wands, but 8 of Pentacles, but also with the 10 of Pentacles. That cycle that really brings you clarity on why you had to go through so much, because now you see the results, you see how beautiful it can be in a way that maybe you didn't even imagine. With 10 of Pentacles, we have someone who has it all. Now, this is the situation and how you saw it up until the point where someone maybe walked away. There is here someone who is not as appreciative of the results as you might be. With the 8 of Cups, in fact, you see this person slowly walking away and not looking back at all. They are, in a way, moving on, changing, transitioning to a new phase. But also, what I see here is someone who maybe is trying to step away from what is familiar, you know? They know what this is. They know every single detail because maybe, there is a routine here going on. This cycle, it's a circle that closes, and until you are in this result right here, that cycle, that circle keeps turning around. And that is a symbol of routine, something that happens over and over again. Some people love that, and it's easy to understand how it can make you feel safe and protected because it's familiar to you. This person right here is deciding to step away from it. They, in a way, want some sort of adventure. They want to do something which will bring them a new wave of excitement, perhaps. And, this is always a very risky thing to do because there are times where you tend to not appreciate everything that you have. And some people just tend to ignore those times. Some other people instead, they want to bring change into their life based on those few days or maybe few weeks where they feel as though they can have more. Overall, I see here someone who has it all and wants more. And I don't know how good that might be, but I'm not here to judge. I'm just talking about what the energies are and what the cards are telling me. This person is deciding to look for even more and look for that excitement again and go for other things. And of course, the Seven of Cups comes up, going for other options, going for things that honestly, as you might know, in the Seven of Cups, options that are not good. These are bad options. These are illusions. They are bigger in quantities, but as far as quality, compared to these pentacles right here, these are nothing. Absolutely nothing. We see how this is bringing all sorts of swords into this energy that so far had just pentacles. Right now, instead, with the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, we see someone who is really not reacting well to this new event happening here. And although we see people starting to just not wanting to react anymore, just having a lot of worries, anxiety, we do see also with the Four of Swords some sort of healing coming up, which is going to be absolutely fundamental here. Now, I want to, of course, keep going with the reading because I do perceive that this Eight of Cups person here leaving won't be happy with their decision very soon. But right now, what I see is the consequences and the impact of their choice. I see what they're leaving behind, the mess that they created here for the people that were also involved into this Ten of Pentacles. And it can be complicated, it can be tough. I'm not gonna hide that. But at the same time, I do immediately see with the Four of Swords, this healing energy that you have inside of you. Now, I'll repeat it one more time. We'll look into this person and see how things will evolve. But regardless of that, I just want to praise you on this beautiful and strong energy that you have inside of you in wanting to immediately react to things. You are going through a few hours or maybe a few days here where you're just sitting there on the couch, laying in bed, thinking about the situation and not really progressing, not really going anywhere. But right after that, you immediately get your shit together. You are really trying here to understand what you have to do to take care of yourself in a way that this person was not able to do. This person maybe at some point promised to be by your side for the rest of their life, taking care of you and your family. But obviously they didn't respect that promise. They didn't follow up on that promise that they made you. And here, of course, you're feeling a little bit devastated, but at the same time, you're so strong with the Four of Swords. You're going for this. You're saying, you know what? if you don't need me, maybe I don't need you. And so I like that character that you're showing here. It's absolutely important. And for some of you, maybe you don't even know you have it inside of you. But the cards, this card in particular, is saying that you do. So you better find it because you have it. And it's really important. Now, I do get the sense, I don't know, just looking at that Eight of Cups energy, I almost see that person starting to turn back, to look back at the situation, because there is something that they're not happy with. I want to keep looking into that Eight of Cups, trying to understand where they're at today, if they still have some sort of connection or regret, or if perhaps they're happy with their decision and nothing else is going to come from the situation. We will see continuing with this reading, and I'll be continuing in the extended version, which you can find down below in the description. And also make sure to check out the description to learn how to win a free personal reading.